fighting dirty.
No, it's not called fighting dirty. It was facts.
But it's not facts. What, did I have a mortgage that I have to pay for?
You do have a mortgage.
Is it that serious?
Buzzer wrong. It's true, right? The fact that you stole someone's husband, is that fact? Is that a fact?
Now, oh.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we'll be looking at The Real Housewives of Miami, Season 5, Episode 2. And yeah, Larsa and Lisa are carrying the show so far. And the developing beefs and the developing drama with Lenny and Lisa is, everything's just getting good. Like, so far, I'm loving this franchise. But y'all, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Hello, my name is Brian Keith. What's up? And let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flame. And if you wanna play with me, you can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
Alright, so the opening of the episode was just like the same montage they do, like with the Miami scenery, just going around the town, doing like the whole B-shot, B-rolls and all that stuff. And then there was one shot when everybody was basically jumping back and forth to everybody's house. It was something that Nicole's husband Anthony said. He was like, yeah, you know, our captain, our boat captain just got married, we got engaged, and like keep Larsa away from him because, you know, we don't need her wrecking any homes. Not calling her a home wrecker, but you know. And Nicole was just like,
oh my god, baby, you're so crazy.
No. Larsa's already seemed like the girl not to play with, but it is what it is. So we segue over, basically the first person we're going to follow is Alexia and her son Frankie, and they go to the, I want to say, Seafair Yacht, and that's basically where they're going to have their wedding reception party at, you know. They got eloped, and now they're ready to have the party. In the last episode, she mentioned her little beef that she had with Gertie, and the thing that I don't like the fact is that, like, Gertie was telling her, like, yeah, you know, we have this little tension going on, but you know, Alexia only calls me and only talks to me when I am doing work. Anytime else, she just dodges me. And the thing about it is, even when Alexia said, yeah, you know, when I found out about the party, the first person I called was Gertie. So it kind of reinforces what Gertie is saying. And also, I feel like, you know, Alexia only looks at Gertie as a coworker, like this is somebody that does the parties. This is the girl, she's on Forbes and she's doing this, that, and the third. So I just feel like Alexia looks at her as like, oh, she's just like wanting to help. She's just helping me. That's it. Not as a friend. So I think that's why they're gonna be beefing. But they go on the boat. They look at the basically the venue, and then they also try different cakes. And you know, Frankie gets to give his approval, and you know, she likes everything. She's kind of concerned if Peter's gonna show up, but you know, that's for another day. Julie and Adriana, Adriana goes to Julie's house, and then, you know, she's at her farm. It's her second house. So she's at her farm, and she's basically tending to the goats, chicken laying all these eggs, goats with worms, goats that's deworming, so much stuff going on. But she mentions the fact that, you know, I'm an empty nester now, so there's a lot of stuff that I'm just feeling weird about. You know, I miss my girls. You know, Martina is off, you know, commentating tennis, so she's really, you know, stepping into her life. And Julie just feels like she's left behind and alone. So, you know, I feel sad about that because I don't think anybody wants to feel, especially coming from like a family dynamic, want to be alone. So, you know, I could feel for her, even though Julie still gives me boring. But I mean, her storyline is captivating, more than what Giselle from Potomac's doing. So then we see the little segue where Lisa, Gertie, and Alexia meet at like this little rooftop, and they're all having lunch. You know, it started raining, so I had to run inside. And, you know, Lisa's talking about her issues with Larsa. She's just like, you know, I don't know where Larsa's coming from. She's over here trying to malign my character and basically trying to be malicious. And I just don't like the fact that she's over here talking about my finances, trying to say I can't pay for my lifestyle. And I don't think it's that Larsa was trying to basically, I feel like Larsa was trying to throw a dig because Lisa threw a dig. But Lisa was trying to basically say that Larsa went too far. But how can you say somebody went too far when you question her finances too? You said that she didn't even explain how the joke was not about the apartment that Larsa was at. But still, you over here threw slugs and you act like she was just supposed to give you grace too. No, you started, you can't tell nobody when to finish it. So that's just what it was. And then when they went inside after it started raining, Gertie brings up to Alexia, you're like, you know, you hurt my feelings. And Alexia's like, how? Like, what do I do? And Gertie's just like, you know, I don't like the fact that you compared Marisol's Versace mansion party to my brother's fundraiser. Like that was very insensitive, and I don't see where the comparison is at in the first place because Marisol had help with the backdrop of the Versace mansion. She was like, I had to come up with the lasers, the fog, the this, the that, the model. She was like, she basically saying like, how can you compare with something when there was no preparation or planning to it? You just had a backdrop. I had to do all this preparation. And, you know, they basically put a pin in it because nothing really got solved. She was like, oh, you know, I apologize if that's how you felt. Like, I didn't, that wasn't my intentions. But, you know, Gertie's not over it. And Alexia's not over it because they keep throwing shade at each other in these confessionals. Back to back. It's like a ping pong match. Kiki and Larsa meet and they basically talk about their friendship and their bond. You know, Larsa was like, you know, I really love Kiki. I love her style. If I want to go out to a restaurant at 12 at night, she's going to be right there with me. Like, girl, let's get up, let's go. And she was like, I really love that bond. And Larsa basically brings up the fact that, you know, Lisa threw shots at her and why can't she throw any shots back? Kiki is basically like, you know, I'm going to tell my friend what it is because you're my friend. Why wouldn't I tell you? Well, Kiki, you gotta realize because
You're messy.
you knew that Lisa said it was a joke. It is what it is. You're saying that you're friends with Lisa, but you're closer with Larsa. That's why you told Larsa. Cool, that's fine. But when Lisa told you in the moment, like, hey, this is, you know, just a joke. This is nothing crazy. Like, you know, I don't know this to be fact. It was from a Instagram troll. That's what she said. But y'all said, oh, yeah, I understand. Cool. But you still ran with it. So, Kiki, yeah, you were a little bit messy. But, you know, I'm going to give you a little grace. Then we go to see Nicole. Nicole goes out to lunch with her mom, I think her nanny, and her son. Cute little setting, cute little restaurant. But here's the thing. Nicole's mom, you know, really set her straight because Nicole was just like, you know, Dad's been acting crazy. He's over here doing the drinking. Then he want to bring the girl around, or she's like the little hoochie mama around. And she was like, I'm not doing that. Like, don't bring that woman around my house, this and the third. And her mom is just like, you know, your dad said that. She was like, you know, if I can't bring the girl around there, I'm not going to come around. That's just what it is. And, you know, Nicole was just like, oh, that's crazy. That's BS. But Nicole, you have to realize, even though I agree with Nicole, you have to realize when you give someone an ultimatum, they can always go the opposite way. It does not mean that somebody's going to go the way you think they are. They can always be like, okay, cool, you want to give me an ultimatum? Cool. I'm not going to show up then. You can't be mad that you gave him an ultimatum. And two, this is where the stunt happened because, baby, Mama pulled a stunt on Nicole because she was just like, yeah, you know, you want to talk all this stuff about your dad, but you act like your dad too. She was like, you are mean. You are just, sometimes you come out here, you make me feel so bad about myself. And Nicole's like, I'm not mean. Yeah, you are. Nicole's a Virgo. So I'm a Virgo as well. So we like things a certain way. We do stuff for ourselves. We're very like organized, this and third, boo, structure and routine. So I can see that within Nicole. She's a doctor. She's on her schedule, 24-hour shifts and stuff. So I can see how she can be a little bit of a tyrant. But I mean, if you want your dad to listen to you, then you have to listen to your mom. She's outside looking in and basically telling you what it is. And, you know, I feel like she took it well, especially in the later episodes. Then we see Gertie do her photo shoot. And, you know, Gertie was named one of the top, the top party planner for Forbes. I don't think this photo shoot was for Forbes, but, you know, Larsa came to cheer her on, and Larsa was doing really good. Like, basically, she's looking at the camera shots behind the photographer and just like, oh, that's really good. That's a great pose. And you really do need friends like that, especially when you're not comfortable, because Gertie wasn't comfortable wearing bathing suits, especially two pieces that were a little bit revealing, like showing her midriff and her, you know, her little tatas. But Gertie's body is amazing. And it's just so proud for a woman like Gertie that's Afro-Latina over here doing something like amazing. Is she Afro-Latina? I think she's Haitian. But, you know, it's really good that Gertie is over here, you know, making waves and making a name for herself. I mean, sure, I have a name for herself. She's Gertie, right? So it is what it is. And, you know, this is where, after this is where everybody is going to start the mess, because we finally go to the party for Alexia. So Alexia shows up to the party. Everybody's showing up to the party. And Alexia's looking beautiful in her dress. Nervous, you know. She's waiting for Todd to come in. Todd finally comes in, and he's over here just, you know, they're taking their pictures. He's whispering sweet nothings in her ear. And he was like, the photographer's like, say something sexy in her ear, like you whispering. He's talking about, I'm about to, yes, come on. So, everybody start arriving, and everybody is cool. Peter, Alexia's son come with his girlfriend, and Alexia feels some type of way because they had a domestic violence situation going on. So, she feeling some type of way, like, why is he bringing her? But you can't really control who your kids date. So it is what it is, and she just let it be. Lisa and Larsa thought that, well, because Lisa still hung up on it. I feel like Larsa could really care less at this point, but Lisa still hung up on the whole Larsa thing, and they talk, and she just like, I don't like the fact that they basically talk, and she said her, I don't know if it's episode 3 of this episode, when she's like, walk the plank. Can she walk the plank? Can she walk the plank? Like, when I say Lisa is at this party, like on one, like really on one, like, girl, calm down. But Larsa is just chilling, just like, okay, let's talk. So they went down, sit down, talk, and then this conversation is basically reoccurring, because even episode 3 is reoccurring too. They're just talking about, like, you talked about my finances, and you need to basically say that you don't know anything about my finances, and you need to stop perpetuating that lie. And Larsa's just like, girl, it's public knowledge. You have a mortgage. You have 2 of them on your house. Like, what are you talking about? And Lisa's keep getting like upset, like, no, I don't, da-da-da. Stop saying that. Like, that's a lie. And Larsa's just like, girl, like, this is public knowledge. This is public knowledge. I can look it up right now to see what's in your house. So she was basically telling Lisa, like, maybe you don't know what your finances are, this and third. Mind you, everybody else is still standing around. They're all just basically saying their confessionals, like, maybe something else is going on with Lisa. I mean, when Gertie said that, like, it seemed like something else is like on Lisa's mind instead of just this finances thing. Maybe she don't know her finances. Maybe there's something being hidden that she doesn't know of. But at the end of the day, like, Lisa is on one, and her sights is set on Larsa. And I feel like Larsa is really unfazed. She's just like, girl, like, at the end of you said what you said, I said what I said. Let's call it a dub. Like, it is what it is. Like, let's move on. It's not that deep. And Lisa's just like, if it's not that deep, then stop saying lies. And she was like, girl, it's not a lie. You have a mortgage. So it's just like, with Lisa, she's hell-bent to basically prove Larsa wrong. Larsa's just like, girl, like, I don't see what the big deal is. You have a mortgage. Okay, everybody has mortgages. But that was the episode. Episode 3 is definitely a continuation of The Bull. But y'all, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know whose side are you on. Do you agree with Lisa? Do you agree with Larsa? I'm leaning a little bit more towards Larsa, just because, I mean, Lisa, you started it. It got back. And you said it, you were like, oh, well, maybe I should get to Larsa and tell her first. Well, you should have called her on the phone after you left that party, because you knew, after you left Marisol's house, because you knew that one of those 2 were going to tell Larsa. It's a show. Let's be real. But it's just crazy, because Lisa, like, how are you going to get mad at Larsa for basically spraying your business when you try to do the same thing to her? And then the whole situation with her and Lenny, it is just bananas. Like, I feel bad for her, because, like I said, I have personal ties with divorce and situations and stuff like that. It just people get evil in divorces, and I've seen it plenty of times. And it's just nasty how people can just be so cruel and callous and calculated. Her husband is very much calculated, because he been having a relationship with a whole nother woman this whole time. Like, we already knew from last season when he had an emotional affair. He was slanging, danging, dicking down. So for her to think that he didn't do anything, she said she had access. This is what she said on Watch What Happens Live. She had access to the messages between him and basically Morgan from Bad Girls Club season 5. That's the alleged girl that was messing around with. But she said she had access to those messages, and they didn't do anything. Girl, all you had to see was, let's go out for dinner. Girl, once they together, there's not going to be no communication, because they're together. They don't need to communicate if they're together. If they're like, he said, let's go out to dinner. No communication, go out to dinner, meet up. Where do you think they can go? They don't have to communicate it via social media or text messages. If they're together, he's going to take up to the hotel. Like, there's so many different things that can go on. And like a lot of people are saying, like, if he's working out, looking good, really caring about his appearance, and obviously he's over here slanging to somebody, and if you're not getting it, girl, what? Like, come on, let's be real. Especially if husband is a highly like has a high high sex drive, and you're just like, yeah, we haven't really been having sex and stuff like that. Like, regardless of what people say, sex is a big part of people's relationships. That's just a fact. And I mean, I don't know. I just feel like Lenny wanted her just to sit there and shut up, be a trophy wife, and that was it. And it's sad. I wish her nothing but the best. It seems like she's doing way better from what we've seen on Watch What Happens Live this Monday. So I wish her nothing but the best. But yeah, y'all like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll be coming back with episode 3. Talk to you later. Peace.